Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful week with us on Live with Lloyd. I'm your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. Thank you for joining the family this evening. I have a wonderful guest, as you see on the screen. Her name is Miss Gina Moore. Um, it'll be several moments before I bring her on, but before I do that, let me do this. Okay. Let me see. The one thing when you do a show like this and it's live, okay? Warts and all. So that's how it goes. Anyway, thank you for joining us on this Monday. The 27th. May is almost a wrap, okay? Um, I hope all of you have had a wonderful weekend here in New York City, which is where I live. For Memorial Day, the city was kind of drenched in parts of the day. Some of you may have been in places where you had cookouts. If so, that is good for you. It's a very interesting note that actually, from what I understand today, that Memorial Day began actually with the Black community, those who were on plantations, honoring the falling dead from the Civil War of the 1860s. So again, it doesn't surprise me in terms of our contribution and our value to what we do. But enough of that. Let me tell you, the show is being sponsored by intellectualpowers.net. This is Reza Islam's product. It's wonderful too. I have to give my little testimonial to it, but it's a great product. But don't take my word for it. But when you order the product, just at the code where it says numbers, you'll get a 10% discount automatically. All right. So now I'll give you more details about that. Also, another sponsor is Dr. Yana Woodhouse. She's going to be on at some point around her birthday, which is near the end of June. She's a Cancer. And so we're going to always be talking about the subject of money. We're going to also talk about her schedule. Also, Nicholas Brooklyn. All righty. They're celebrating 50 years. And I'm going to have the owner on to talk about the whole history of how it started in Harlem, spread to Brooklyn, and things of that nature. My next sponsor is Manifest on Purpose with Miss Kimberly, who gives some very dynamic podcasts. It's like allegories where she pull a page from her life that's so universal. And I guess we are more connected than we realize. Also, King Simon, who's having a 2-day special, October 12th and 13th. Yes, I know it's way out there, but he's going to start taking tickets on July the 1st, as you see near the bottom, just above the red lettering. This will be a Stone Mountain Village location, TBA, to be announced. So the tickets for that event will start. So before I do bring my distinguished guest on, let me tell you about the forecast. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will not, nor will I ever DM you for money. There are people, my kids said, well, Dad, you must be getting famous. That don't impress me. Y'all go find your own niche. Don't be copying my stuff, pretending to be me, much less asking people for money in my name. There is a gentleman I follow. His name is Crew Cuts out of Trinidad, where he transforms women into remarkable, when before and after they are just, I'd love to have him as a guest on my show since many of my clients are women. But he even made an appeal about somebody's trying to pretend to be him, taking money and whatnot. And, people, y'all need to find something else better to do. But over and above that, this is Monday, May 27th. The sun is in Gemini. The moon was in Capricorn until 4:45 this afternoon when it went into the sign of Aquarius. So you new mothers who haven't had children today, if it was before 4:30, okay, Capricorn, and anytime after that, after 5 o'clock, your child's moon is now in the sign of Aquarius. It's 4 universal day, 8 universal month, 8 universal week, 4 universal day. Aquarius, Leaves, and Geminis, or people that are born on the 1st, the 4th, 10th, 13th, 19th, 22nd, 28th, and 31st of the month. Well, this is your day. Without further ado, I'd like to bring my guest on. Um, hey, Gina, how are you? Excuse me.
Oh,
Good. There you go. I had the mic go. Okay, how you doing, young lady?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Fine. What part of California are you from?
I am in the Bay Area.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
When I heard the Bay Area, what does that mean?
It's like San Francisco area.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Is that where the Golden Gate Bridge is, I think?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's in San Francisco.
All right. Well, you are an astrologer
Mm-hmm.
and you are a cardologist, although you call yours the cards of truth.
Correct.
So, first of all, how did you start your journey in astrology? Because we're going to have a lot of people on that's going to give their birthdays. Uh, now, with my viewers, a lot of them are very much on what their card symbol is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm a nine of diamonds and whatever the case is. What led you on your journey to astrology, then cards of truth?
Um, well, I guess trauma and disappointments led me to the path of astrology. Um, Dealing with a lot of pain, emotional trauma, and I just needed a way to help me. And I got into, herbs and, detoxing the body, which helped. But at a certain point, I needed something more tangible to start healing my emotions. So that's how I got into it, pretty much.
Okay. So, how long have you been doing this?
So I've been doing it since 2018. Really getting into it since 2018. But before then, I kind of dabbled into astrology, but I didn't get serious until about 6 years ago.
Well, let me tell you, anytime any one of us step out on faith to do this full time, it makes a big, big difference. Because we have no parachutes, we have no pensions, we have no guardian angels, so to speak. We're out here. So
Yeah.
obviously, you are here to serve humanity in your own way. And plus, you're born on the ninth day of the month, which is a humanitarian number in the first place.
Oh, wow.
It's universal,
Yes.
international, humanitarian, things of that nature. Then
Hmm.
what led you segue into the cards of truth?
So I found my teacher, Ernst Wilhelm, on YouTube, basically, and he is a renowned Vedic astrologer. And he also teaches the cards of truth. So I first learned the cards of truth through him, and then I have been learning his Vedic astrology lessons ever since after the cards of truth lessons.
Okay, so with that, we're going to
Hmm.
open up things soon. Question: along this journey, have you found any challenges like naysayers, like okay, what's that you doing? It's really not good. You shouldn't follow this, and maybe
Oh,
you'll burn. Go down instead of going upstairs, you go downstairs.
yes.
That kind of thing. Have you ever had that?
Oh, oh yeah, a lot. And when I tried to get into it when I was younger, I was involved in the Christian church, and not to diss it or anything, because it that helped me a lot as well. At the same time, they really discouraged practicing astrology, and I actually felt bad for doing it, even after years later after that. And so, yeah, just having to kind of um, unlearn some of the things that I was taught about astrology, and that it can actually help us bring us closer to God instead of further away. And that's what I was taught, like, oh, it's demonic. But honestly, it's helped me find the divinity within me and outside of me as well.
Well, you know what's interesting? I too came out of a strong church background, and I was taught that first of all from Jump Street, I was a sinner. And I'm
Yes.
saying, what's going on? I'm about 6 or 7. What are you talking about? Why am I
Yeah.
and also that anything that had to do with astrology or its related topics was works of the devil. Yet,
Yes.
but as you know, great men and women in the past history from eons up until the present has always used the stars to guide them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
so before we do with the astrology, let's do the cards of truth. Now,
Mhm.
this is, I took this from your website that we were talking about. Now,
Uh-huh.
this everybody will give you an idea of your cards. So all you got to do is look at your birthdays, go to your months, go down the scale. So this way you can, this way she has a choice, either looking at your birthday, depending on the question, or looking at the cards. Would that be correct?
Yeah, they can ask me cards of truth questions, so something about their birth card or astrology, that's fine.
Okay. Now there's another thing too that I've noticed, that in this case, hold on, let me get this straight. In this case, I was told that, like, maybe I got it wrong. Certain suits are babies, certain suits are teenagers, certain suits are adults, and certain suits are elders. You have it differently. So let's start with, I
Mhm.
think, the spades. What are spades? Because you have a
Yeah.
blue eye zodiac sign.
Yeah, so it's a bit different than Cards of Destiny or other systems. This
Mhm.
integrates Vedic knowledge, so
Okay.
basically from India. And so spades is the first suit, and that represents the essence of all of us. And they're actually really difficult suits, and they represent the human condition, which is difficult. Anybody who is born into this world is gonna face struggles and difficulties. That's just human nature. So it's the first suit, and it represents the birth of something new. And so spades is basically having to do with overcoming struggles. It is learning about oneself, self discovery, and yeah, that's a big part of it. It's just the birth of something new. And depending on the card number will inform us what is new, what a person's discovering, what the fight is within them. So, for example, let's say someone has a five of spades. A five of spades is um, having to do with drastic changes in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
through those drastic changes, the person is learning to have strength within themselves and to kind of, through that, learn more about themselves. So it's the self discovery suit. So it's a bit different than some of the other, it's different than Cards of Destiny a little bit.
Well, also I noticed that when I looked at it, they represented, spades represented Aries. Then next
Mm.
heart represented Taurus. Then clubs represented um, Gemini.
Mm.
And diamonds represented Cancer. Is
Oh,
there?
you're saying in my
Yes, the
on my
first four
website?
signs of the zodiac.
Oh, okay, on my website.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was it that's not how it usually is interpreted, but I was just using the numbers as in relation to the number of the signs. So just as the number one has to do with Aries, this first suit, spades, has to do with something new. Aries
Got you.
initiates.
Got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was just relating it on a different level, but
Yeah,
that's
'cause
not how it usually is.
yeah, because I was going to say, the other eight signs are going to be saying, okay, well, what about me? What do I do?
Yeah,
I know people.
yeah.
Um, so now we got spades from the Vedic definition. What about hearts that are next?
So hearts have to do with connection. So it's one, which is the self, connecting to another thing. So it's just connecting and bonding. So hearts are a spiritual suit, and it has to do with finding something that you can connect to that is higher than yourself, basically. And it's the suit of happiness. So it's less of a intense suit, unlike spades. and the hearts are more about connectivity, connecting to music, art, even something that makes you happy and fulfilled.
Next would be clubs. And you
Yes,
are a club.
yes, I am a 9 of clubs. So nine, not 9, but clubs have to do with exploring. So with the cards of truth system, let me back up a second. Each suit has to do with the process of nature, and it connects to a tree. So spades is the actual tree itself,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
the bark. And the second one is hearts. They have to do with fruit. Fruit nourishes us. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
why hearts have to do with fulfillment, happiness, because when we have fruit, that nourishes us. And then the third suit, which is clubs, that has to do with the leaves on a tree. So clubs are the busiest suit out of all of the suits, just
Interesting.
like the leaves that move. And
Yeah, yeah.
so they can get involved depending on the card number. They can get involved in a lot of different things. So, for example, the 8 of clubs is about a leaf that has already fallen off of a tree, and it's the fastest moving card. It corresponds to, I believe, the 8 of um, either the 8 of swords or the 8 of what's that other black card in tarot? I'm forgetting.
Um, I'm trying to recall. I
It's
don't.
okay.
Well, okay. Well, let's say this then. What about
Yeah.
diamonds? Saving the best for last, since I'm a diamond.
Yeah, so the diamonds are the seeds from the fruit.
Uh huh.
So when the fruit drops and it dies, it goes in on the ground, and then the seeds are what can produce life again. So then it goes back into a cycle. So diamonds have to do with value, material, worth. And so a lot of people with diamond suits, they want to see the concrete uh, result from all the hard work they've done and everything like that. So it's more about this concrete reality. Does this add value to my life or does it not? And clubs is more about the inspiration we have. It's about doing a lot of things in this world so that a person can have inspiration.
Question. I'm gonna throw out a birthday, and you can
Mhm.
tell me. By the way, are you into numerology as well too?
Yes, but it is from the Vedic perspective, so it might be a little different, but yes.
No, no, but it's okay. Everybody has a way of learning. Everybody
Oh,
don't speak
okay.
the same language. That's why there are like hundreds of different languages spoken. Okay,
Okay,
on the
yes.
African continent alone. Um, let's say you have a. Does it make a difference whether it's a male or female, for example?
For the cards of truth?
Uh huh.
No.
Okay, good. This person is born April the 20th of 1976. What would they be? Cardology, numerology, astrologically? Uh, I would imagine you synthesize all those things together to some degree, don't you?
Yes, you said, April 20th, what year?
1976. Because it doesn't the age also take it into consideration?
Yes, so with the cards of truth that I use, it's not only their birth card, but it's also their birth card spread, which
Uh-huh.
corresponds with each birth card. And then
Okay.
on top of that, with the cards of truth system, we are using someone's Vedic astrology chart. And I use tropical Vedic astrology, so I don't use sidereal.
Sure. Sure.
Sidereal is, yeah, usually associated with Vedic astrology. But so with tropical Vedic astrology and your cards of truth chart, you'll also see your planets on there. So we go even deeper than just saying, oh, your card is a, 9 of clubs. That means your middle card is 6 of diamonds. We go deeper, even deeper than that. And it's very much individualized looking at your birth card chart. So it's based on your planets as well. So no
Sure.
one
I know
has.
that I know there's so many other factors that and we're just kind of keeping it generic. But
Mhm.
let's say for this example, before we start getting into it, uh,
Okay.
April 20th of 76.
Okay, so April 20th, 1976, this person has an 8 of diamonds
Mm-hmm.
as their birth card.
Mm-hmm.
So aces have to do with something new. And so this person is looking to experience new value in their life. And
Mm-hmm.
just because a person has a birth card, it doesn't mean that they've mastered that birth card. They're just here to really work on it. And so this person is learning about new things of value in their lives and deciding, does this add value or does it not? And all Ace of Diamonds have to do with self-worth. So a person's developing their self-worth with this card.
Now, remember, you were talking about that at some point within the suits themselves are the numbers from ace all the way to two. So if this is a eight of diamond and I'm a nine of diamond, what would be the difference in that sense, looking at the numbers? In this case, this person who you said is an eight. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
no, it's an ace. A,
Oh,
like a ace.
excuse me.
Yeah.
April the 20th is an ace of diamonds.
Yes.
Okay, good. Got it. So
Yeah.
wouldn't that be high? So because that's the royal suits of Jack, Queen, King, and Ace.
Yeah, aces are very powerful. Tens are very powerful, and then especially jacks, queens, and kings, they have a lot of power to them.
Okay, alrighty.
Mhm.
Okay. There's another thing I want to show before we get this started, which is I've had guests on and they did what is called the solar spread. On yours, it's totally different. Can you explain this to people?
Yeah, of course. So this is called the Queen Quadration, and this is the birth card spread that I was talking about. So the three of
Mhm.
diamonds at the top in this example, the person's birth card is three of diamonds, and all the other cards down below aren't necessarily the card that represents the person, but those cards help a person on their journey so that they can master their birth card. In this case, a three of diamonds. So the first seven cards that you see, looking from right to left,
Mhm.
those are the visible planetary cards. So if you look at the Ace of Spade card, you can see that's actually a sun card. You see the symbol of the
Right.
sun
I
below
see
the
the
ace.
planets underneath them, the planet symbols. I got it. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so any planets in the sun card would go there. There are no planets in this example in the Ace of Spades. So what does this mean? Any planets in Leo, since the sun rules over Leo. And then the next card, we're reading it from right to left, like in the old texts. We
Mhm.
have the
Mhm.
Seven of Hearts, and that's a moon symbol. So the moon rules Cancer. So if a person has any planets in the sign of Cancer, they go in that one. And in this case, there's a one. So that's indicating that person has their ascendant in Cancer. And then this is based on traditional rulerships, excuse me,
Sure.
by the way. So if we look at the Seven of Diamonds, you see the Mars card there. So that's looking at, does a person have any planets in Aries or Scorpio? And if they do, those planets will fall in their Mars card.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
yes, and so it goes on from there. That's with the first seven cards.
So with Venus, Jupiter,
Yes.
Mercury. Well, it's actually Mercury first,
Yes.
then
Uh-huh.
Jupiter, Venus, and Uranus. Now, the
Um,
part
yeah.
underneath it,
Uh-huh.
well, you say you read from right to left. So the two
Correct.
parts there, that's the north node, and
Correct.
the king would be the south nodes. So you get
Correct.
two nodes. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the middle card is the ecliptic card, which represents the consistent path that we're on. It's one of the most important cards that we have. And so as a person gets older, they go more into their ecliptic card. And then below that, we have the Uranus card, the Neptune card, and then the Pluto card. So it's 14 cards total, and it's a lot different, and but very detailed oriented. And I've had so many people they were just blown away by how accurate this system was. um my
So what you're
clients.
saying, everybody's spread is going to be different.
Yes, it's an individualized spread. So say another person's a 3 of diamonds. Their chart, the cards are going to look the same, but the planets the first 7 planetary cards are going to have different planets because they have a different birth information.
Now I'm curious. I'm a
Mhm.
9 of diamonds, right? So if
Mhm.
you do that spread, I guess would that be the proper term for what it's doing as a spread?
Yes.
Would
Uh-huh.
my 9 of diamond go at the top?
Yes, your 9 of diamonds goes at the top. That represents you, and that
Right.
represents what you're trying to accomplish. You're
Okay.
trying to master your birth card.
I would imagine you do consultations on these, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. We're going to talk about that. So
Okay.
let's kind of get into the weeds here and
Yeah.
see about some of the people here that who do this. I always have so many people to thank. They are just I just have a very supportive. Uh, this person, melanated 8, is if I don't see her, I'm saying, okay, what's up with that? But I'm going to start with the very first one. They said they were born December the 22nd, 92. Uh,
Okay.
so do you look at their sun sign first, being an astrologer, or do you look at the card, or just, or depending on how you feel? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're saying I can answer based on how I feel about the
Yeah,
question
you
or
might say, well, I want to take this by way of card, the
Okay.
card of truth,
Yeah.
or
I
I
like
might
that.
want to take this. So that gives you the option of how you feel and let your intuition
Sure.
pick up on that. So let's start with a Forest Eva.
Okay. And either this applies for the cards of truth and for the astrology readings. I ask if you can not only give me the date of birth, but the location you were born and preferably the time you were born. If you don't have the time, that's okay. But preferably the time. So it might be a little hard to answer that question because I don't know where a person was born.
Sure,
But
sure. Sure, but their thing was, what does their date of birth tell them about their parents, which I think is an interesting question.
yeah,
So it's not so much them as so much about the parent. So I
yeah,
can take a stab at it. For example,
sure.
this person was conceived in March of 1991. Okay. If memory serves me, hold on. No. It was conceived in March of 1992, which tells me that's the year of the 3, which possibly one of the parents could have a Jupiter influence under
Mhm.
Sagittarius or Pisces, or born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th of the month. When I looked at the person's birthday, I'm noticing a lot of 2s are going through that particular person's birthday, which would suggest to me a person who is super sensitive, very intuitive, would do well in the world of computers, technology, engineering, the mechanical, mathematical sciences, and things of that nature. But that's just off the top. Well, we'll see if some people can give us more information.
I can try and answer the best I can.
That's all you can. You're
Okay.
not walking on water. Don't worry about that. Okay.
I'm like a perfectionist sometimes. So I pulled up the chart based on the information that I had. And
Mhm.
one thing that we look at is the sun and the moon in the astrological chart. And generally, excuse me, the sun represents the father or the father figure in a person's life, whereas the moon represents, excuse me, the mother. And so does the 4th house and the 10th house, but we'll need the birth dates for that. But one thing that stands out automatically for this person is they have Rahu with the moon. And so there could have been, so Rahu represents things that are new to us this lifetime, things that we're developing. And so a person might not have known their mother, or there can be some confusion around their mother. Their
Interesting.
mother could have had
Interesting.
some ups and downs emotionally. We see that a lot. So people with the moon and Rahu, they tend to be kind of eccentric people. They act very eccentric. I'll put it that way. So, and that's because the nourishing from the mother might have not always been consistent.
That makes sense to me, especially the date of birth, which is considered odd and unusual. That much is
Oh,
true.
wow.
We have the queen, full queen mode. They're born on September the 30th. You said ideally you would need the time and the location. Probably as we go further down, since people didn't know, and actually I should have asked at the beginning of the show. But as we get more into this, you'll find that we get further down, people will have maybe more of a time,
Sure.
location, and even throwing their card number to help you out too. So,
Okay.
what say you about this Libra 3 person born in 1995?
Okay. So I'll do a card reading for this one. So
Okay,
this person is a 7 of Hearts birth card. And sevens represent endings, destruction, losses. So a person is learning to see the beauty in things ending and leaving their life. And it's a difficult card. And this card can have to do with you know, heartbreaks, losing people in their lives. And we all have to deal with that, but they're really learning how to detach from that and seeing the beauty in things that end and things that kind of transition into something new. So they're learning to see the beauty in things that leave. Yeah.
okay, all righty, all right. This is Strawberry 1955. Greetings, Lloyd and family. Thank you very much. Uh, my moderator, Jazz Aphrodite, says, welcome, family. Please hit the like button as you enter the building. We do have a great guest tonight, True. So please get the thumbs up for this person, please. All righty. This is very important. Now, here we have another person, Kathy Bartoloma, Bartolata, Lota, I think. They're born August 18th of 63.
Okay. So I have their information here.
Okay.
I can do astrology for this one.
Okay. Good enough.
One one thing that pops out in this chart um, is that this person has their Mercury in Virgo, which is the own house of Virgo, its own sign, because Mercury rolls over Virgo. So they have a strong Mercury in their chart. So this person probably is can learn really fast, is strong intellectually speaking, and they have great investigative skills because Mercury rules investigating. They're probably really curious and can do a whole lot of different things. They can be interested in a lot of different things.
Okay. All righty. Let's see here. We got now this person has a specific time.
Mm-hmm.
A Sproul, they're born May 28th of 73 at 10:10 a.m.
Okay.
Now, you're right about there's the Vedic chart, the sidereal, there's a coat chart or
Yeah.
something like that. There's different things. So, for example, when I'm looking at this, 6, 7, 8, there, to me, their sun would be on the edge of the eighth into the ninth house. Would would you able are you were you excuse me, are you able to confirm that?
I'm seeing their sun in the 12th house.
They're in the 12th house.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Okay. Okay.
But
Because
I use whole sign, whole house, so it might be different.
okay, got you. Got you.
Mhm.
All righty. So anyway, they were born in Atlanta. So what say you about this air sign with a fire number?
Um, let's see. So, and is this a male? Oh, what's in store for my brother? Okay, so it's for a brother. Um, what is in store for them?
Yeah, because he's got a birthday coming up in a couple of days.
Ah, okay, so
Like
they want to look at the solar.
tomorrow, in fact.
Okay, so I'll look at their solar return chart really
Okay.
quickly. So what's in store for this person is so expect this upcoming year, birth year, to be about pursuing a lot of your actions. You have Mars in Leo, which is really strong on your ascendant for this upcoming year. So you're
Hmm.
going to put a lot of energy and action and focus into your vision, into your inspiration. You're not playing around. So that is really, really good. You also have um, your let's see. You have the moon in your second house, which is really nice. So you're going to be looking to get your needs met, um, especially in something that you're studying for. You're going to look for ways to build your empire. So you're going to build your vision really, really well, because you're going to look for ways to get your needs met. You're going to be very adaptable this upcoming year. So I would say this upcoming year is going to be a pretty strong year for you. You have Jupiter in the 10th house as well. So you're going to really be focusing on your career. So I just see a lot of career oriented stuff going on for this upcoming year.
Okay, good. This person here, Jesse Duncan, um, they're female. They're born on the 6th of May of 1980, a general reading. And since those are, it's a pound, I would imagine they're somewhere abroad, like in London or something.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have anything to add with this one before I
Well,
dive in?
yes, to me is they are Taurus. They just celebrate their birthday several days ago. They happen to be in a um, one personal year, which means a
Mhm.
year for new starts, new directions, new beginnings. It tells me that Leos and Aquarians and Aries are likely to play a very important part in their lives. This is a good year for them to step out on their own. Normally, six men and women are normally very attractive.
Mm.
Women are very attractive. The men are very good looking, call it what you will. And well, whether it's a six female or six male, they can be very stubborn and controlling from time to time too. So
It's
that's all I'll say for that.
Wow, it's interesting that you said this person's attractive, because I can confirm that. There's something attractive about this person, most likely. I don't know what time they were born, so their moon might be in a different position, but
Hmm.
um still most likely they have moon with K2. So people with moon, especially women with K2, that indicates that they hold in a lot of their emotions. They're not very um K2, or the south node of the moon, people kind of are introverted with the planets that are conjunct K2, which is the north node of the moon, so, or south node of the moon. So women who hold in their emotions, they tend to be more attractive. Guys tend to like the femininity of a woman when they have K2 with the moon. So she's most likely a pretty feminine woman. So I
Well,
agree with
that's always helpful to a man, trust me.
that. Yeah.
This one here, Deborah Nuthall, she's another six. That's interesting. July 6th of 1956 in Philly at 11 a.m. So to me, that means this person's sun would be in the 10th house, I guess, by sidereal astrology. So she's got the month, the day, and the year. She's got the location. She's got the time. So, like, I would be curious because at 12 noon, it's in the 10th house. So I know that goes from 10, 11, 12. So to me, this her sun would be in the 12th house. Would it be?
I
Or
have the 11th house.
11th house? Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, she has her sun and her moon in the 11th house, which is really nice, and it's in the sign of Cancer. So the moon loves being in the sign of Cancer. The sun actually loves being in the sign of Cancer as well, because it helps a person find out how they can get their needs met in terms of building their kingdom, their career. Um, so they're very strong in that. And another thing I see is this person has their Jupiter in Pisces, so that can help them. So Jupiter rolls over Pisces in traditional astrology, so they have a strong sense of giving. They're very giving people,
Mhm.
generous, and they have a lot of optimism as well.
Well, I'd like to ask a question. Since her sun and moon is in the 11th house, doesn't that govern the sign of Aquarius, which means they would have a kind of odd and unusual or quirky kind of personality or the way they express their Venus 6 relationship, their Cancer 6 relationship?
Yes, it can have to do with that for sure. And then the 11th house also, it is ruled by Aquarius. It also has to do with groups. And so this person may be a very sociable person. Like they can socialize, they can do well when it comes to networking and building friendships. And so they can build a career around their social life, which is excellent. I wish
Excellent.
I had that.
Okay. Do you look at your own chart, so to speak?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Are
Yeah,
there
I don't
any
wanna share my chart, you might see. So
No, no,
no.
no, no, it's not putting it out there, but you know how sometimes if you do your self-reading and we don't like the response, we try to juggle it to try to figure it to
Oh,
fit.
yeah.
Have you gone through that?
Oh, yeah, there's some things that I didn't wanna admit about myself, and I was just like, "Oh, no," but then over time, I'm like, "Okay, that is me, that."
You know, because you can't change it, right?
No. Yeah, you can't change it, but we can learn from, our chart, and we can learn how to overcome the challenges within our chart as
Why
well.
is it you think it is, Gina, that when we come to self-examination, we really can't see ourselves objectively? Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
I can read everybody born on my birthday. When it comes to me, I can't read me for nothing.
Yeah, I think it's really hard, especially when it comes to, like, the more difficult things, like, we wanna highlight, "Oh, I'm good at this and that," but when it comes to the things that we might want to change or need to change, that can be a little bit difficult 'cause it's hard to change sometimes, and, it's kinda hard to face the trauma and you know, trauma that is revealed in our charts
Sure.
oftentimes.
Now, what about this person? They got an Eight of Heart birth card. What would you say about them from the cards of
Yeah.
truth?
Yeah, so 8, the number 8 has to do with, it connects to the North Node, actually. So, a person is learning about about themselves in new ways, but it's often in ways that they are not used to. So they can face challenges in the world like we all do, but they're here to realize that those challenges that they face are a reflection of them. So eights are like a mirror. So it's a reflection of who we are. So they're learning to um, kind of accept that their limitations in the world are a reflection of what's going on within them, and to find happiness and peace no matter what's happening, basically.
Okay. This person here is Keith Zell. They are
Mhm.
born on the 5th of July, 77. They're Scorpio rising. What does their financial outlook this year looks like? What kind of card would they be? First,
Okay. Let me see.
yeah, and take your time. Take your time.
Okay, so their card, and I do want to say this, and I probably should have said this before, with the cards of truth system. Um, if a person was born between midnight and sunrise, they're gonna take on the card before the actual
Interesting.
card that's on the chart,
Interesting.
and
Interesting.
it's
Okay.
yeah, it's based
Now
on
I
the
see why
old.
you need the time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but more likely than not, we can just go based on the card.
Okay.
So,
So
this
he's a water sign with a water ascendant and an air number. But go right ahead.
oh, okay. This person is a 10 of diamonds,
Hmm.
So they are um for this age. Oh shoot, I put in the wrong time. I'm sorry. Okay, so
No,
19.
you didn't put in a time.
I mean the year, I put in the wrong year.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to being human. No problem.
Okay. Um okay, for some reason it is not wanting to work. But anyway, I can tell them about their birth card while I figure. So they have a 10 of diamonds. So this person is constantly leveling up when it comes to the material world, to even their finances. And um, it's, they're always going through new cycles when it comes to finances, their material world. They're learning about their worth a lot. So this is a card of huge self-worth, and they're learning about that. So for example, if they have a business or something like that, if they are putting their prices too low, then that's a reflection of their self-worth. They might feel like, oh, okay, this is what I'm worth. Maybe they need to raise their prices. But if they raise their prices way too high and no one purchases their product, then that's a reflection of their self-worth too. So they'll feel like, man, I'm not worth anything. So they need to make sure that their value is a reflection of what they really are worth. So basically working on your self-worth, and then everything else with the finances will come into will align for a 10 of diamonds person.
Okay. Great. 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 Okay. Let's see if we can get. Let me see. There's another person I just passed. Oh, why am I? Any insight? They're born December the 8th of 1973.
Mm-hmm. All right. Any insights? Let me pull up.
That's one day before you. So if
Yeah.
you were 9 o'clock, they would be at 8 o'clock. Would that be correct in my assessment?
Yes. 90. Let me. Yes. So this person would actually be a 10 of clubs. If someone were
Got
born
it. Got it.
December 10th, then yeah, they would be at 8 of clubs. But yeah, just
Got you.
10
Got
of
you.
clubs. Mm-hmm. So 10 of clubs is basically finding what your inspiration is and going to the next level with your inspiration. And self-discovery is important for a person with a 10 of clubs.
Mm-hmm.
This person also has K2 with their moon. Most likely, actually, I don't know the birth time. Um, they have for sure though the sun with Rahu. So I'm wondering if there's ever been confusion about what career they should go into, what path they should go into, what their inspirations are, what vision they have. There could be some confusion with that. So I'm wondering if there's been confusion for you when it comes to your career.
Okay. There was something else. This person here is Simona. They said their card is a 6 of diamonds. What's my career move? Should especially with me being in an eight life path. I shouldn't say life path. It just said a path number 8. So I don't know whether they're talking about the month, the day, and the year they're born, which is would be their destiny, life path, birth path
Mm.
number. Um, but what about the 6 of diamond, and how does it relate to career moves, especially?
Yeah, with Six of Diamonds, it's all about finding fulfillment in this world, in the material world that we're in, because diamonds represent the material world. So it's not about finding, the best job that you can get. It's about finding fulfillment with what your options present to you. And so we're not always able to get what we want in this world. And that's just the reality of the world. But just see what your options are and just be fulfilled with the best out of your options, because there's only so much um, you know, we can get in this world that we actually like. So just see what your best options are, I would say, for
Okay.
60 diamonds.
Okay, good. I just want to give a congratulations to Stephen and Carol Williams out in Chicago. They just celebrated their 35th wedding
Oh,
anniversary this weekend. You know, nowadays people don't want to be together 35 days, much
I
less
know.
35 weeks or
Wow,
35 months.
congrats.
So for 35 years, you ought to be congratulated. And it shows there is still stability. People like to think of nowadays that everybody is just a flash in the pan and stuff like that. But congratulations to Stephen and Count. And they both water signs, by the way, too.
Oh, wow.
Okay, they both water signs. One is a Cancer, one is a Scorpio. Now, this is Donna Marie Kiefer, said Pentacles. This deals with the tarot. Are you familiar with the tarot, too?
I am, but it's through the lens of playing cards. So, yeah, pentacles would be diamonds.
Sure. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all about self worth, the material world, finding out, is it worth it? So, for example, is it worth it to commute 2 hours to work and get $50,000 a year? Is it worth it to me to travel 2 hours and get $100,000 a year? There's no right answer,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm. That
it's
makes
that
sense. That
thing
makes
that that person has to decide. So all diamonds are learning about value and worth and what's worth their time, basically.
Okay, I have another one. Denise Lowry. She is September 17th, 1973. What card would she be? And that's interesting. She's in a 7 personal year this year of self discovery. But anyway, what say you about her, whether either the cards of truth or astrologically for Virgos, which she is?
Yeah, she her birth card is a 7 of clubs. So this is also this or this card represents the leaf on the tree that has died. So basically that means that there's endings when it comes to a person's inspiration or their maybe even their career. And through that, they are learning to kind of find what it is that is important to them. What are their inspirations? Because not everything lasts, but what does last is our inspiration and our actions. So, what am I doing today that can possibly um, be helpful to other people in the future? So, that's something with the 7 of clubs.
Now, Miss Sylvia D said this is so fascinating because they've never been analyzed. She's never analyzed herself from this angle before. She believes she's a 6 of clubs. She's born one day after my last caller,
Oh,
after the last person. She's born on September 18th of 82.
yeah. So this person, do, 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 um, I don't know. It's saying the same card number, but that can't
Is
be.
it correct? Did she have that correct? 6 of clubs?
No, it's saying 7 of clubs, but I'm trying to figure out.
Let me put this up a second while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do this. Oops, comments. Where are we? All right,
So,
everybody, this is it. So she is the 18th of September. So that
yep,
would make her a 6 of clubs. No, yeah, 6 of clubs. She got that right, I do believe.
yep, yep, exactly. Um, yeah, 6 of clubs is about finding fulfillment in your inspirations and your actions, your career. So again, with sixes, it's not about having ultimate fulfillment. It's just finding the most fulfillment with your options, with what you have. So you're learning to because people think sixes are going to be the happiest people, but they're just learning that there's only so much we can get in this world and to be content with our inspirations, our actions, the job that we have. and just to have, see the best case scenario and make progress with that.
All right, I have another person, but first of all,
Mm-hmm.
um, I just want to let people know how they can get in touch with my wonderful guest this evening, um, Miss Gina Moore, astrologer, and I put COT consultant. I got fancy
Mm-hmm.
with the title on you,
Yeah.
okay? But her site is hercosmiccrown.com. You need to go to her website. She features various readings. They're all very affordable, really, for the time she puts in. It's very affordable. Her Instagram is Her Cosmic Crown. Her Facebook is Her Cosmic Crown. At least you're consistent. I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Her email
Make
is
it easy.
hercosmiccrown@gmail.com. And even her Cash App is $ Her Cosmic Crown. Her Venmo, though, is Gina Moore 321.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how people can reach you. So please make sure you support Gina Moore. Um, have you ever done this before? Have you? Well, I know you have. No, on your website, I was looking at it, and you have your own YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel? I didn't even put that there.
Oh, that's okay. It's Her Cosmic Crown too. Everything's Her Cosmic
Okay,
Crown.
good, good,
Yep.
good. Is Her
Thank you.
Cosmic Crown number 2 or Her Cosmic Crown also?
Also, as in also, yeah. So Her
Okay,
Cosmic Crown is my YouTube name.
okay. How long have you started? When did you start your Cosmic Crown? YouTube.
I would say I want to say 5 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years
Really?
ago. Yeah.
Really? Okay, okay, okay. Good, good. All righty. So please support her. We will get to some others, and I won't keep you too much longer. But I wanted to make sure that people got a hold of this. Let's see. Okay.
Thank you.
Anytime, anytime. Thank you too. Okay. Um, this person says on the chart you just show has me as a Jack of Diamonds for April the 10th. What does that mean? Jack of Diamonds, I think, is the rulership of the United States too, if
Oh
memory serves
yeah, I think
correct,
so.
from Nina Diamond and Jazz Aphrodite. And she was born in the morning at 9:43 a.m.
Okay. Yep. So April 10th. Yes, you are a Jack of Diamonds. So 9:43, you for sure are a Jack of Diamonds. So Jack of Diamonds indicates that Jacks, like I said, Jacks, queens, and kings are very powerful. So Jacks are about our creative inspiration. In the Cards of Truth system, it's ruled by Uranus. So it's about that creative spark that is within us. And it's also the uniqueness that's within us. So Jack of Diamonds people are really here to find out what's unique about them, to find their creative side, and to let that flow within them.
Okay, good, good, good. Now this person, Cosmic Sunflower, says, I absolutely love Six of Club people. They are so helpful. They know everyone. I mean, everybody. Is that about true from her assessment?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I never looked at Six of Clubs in that way necessarily, but the Six of Clubs does have to do with the ultimate fulfillment. Clubs people tend to interact a lot. So that could be true. They're very much in the world, interacting with others. Yeah. So I
I
can.
know sixes are known to be very magnetic. They have normally magnetic personalities.
Yes.
Um, let's take a couple more before we do this. This is Bramptonite. They are September the 7th of 56. I think I saw earlier they were born in Ontario, Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this person here, I just saw them. Oh boy.
And
Okay.
what they gave a birth time to?
Yes,
Okay.
4:49 a.m. in Ontario, Canada. So while
4:49.
you're looking that up, I can say that this is a
Sure.
year for relationships. They happen to be in a romance and finance cycle, a cycle of adjustments. If this Bromptonite is a female, more than likely they definitely put an emphasis on change of appearance, change in looks, health, weight, hairstyle, nails, you name it. Because six is about beauty and it's about beautification. So that means beautifying their home, beautifying their appearance, beautifying their manners, whatever the case may be. So, what say you about this particular person?
Yeah, one thing that pops out about this person is they have the moon in the second house, which is great because a person's able to get their needs met. But they also have Mercury with the moon. And when you see Mercury and the moon in the same sign, that indicates that a person's a healer. So I don't know if this person is actually pursuing the healing arts of some sort, but it's a combination for a healer. So that's something that is interesting.
Okay, well, that's interesting because six is about service and six is related very much to health, which I think
Yes.
is very much the case. So we're just going to do a couple of more and let you breathe. Have you ever done these before?
I did I've been on a show once before, but it wasn't doing live readings though. But I
Okay.
like this.
Yeah, good, good, good. We'll have you back, and that way you'll be more relaxed and stuff like that. Because it's very simple. Well, of course, it's simple when you say that because it
Yeah.
wasn't when I first got started. Now I'm a pro, so to speak.
Yes.
What about pretty girl Chrissy D, born December the 14th in Kingston, Jamaica, at 6:30 p.m. That would mean their sun would be in 11, the ninth, the eighth, the seventh house, the house of relationships or partnerships.
Okay. And then Kingston.
Yes, Kingston, Jamaica. So let me say this while you're doing that. This
Mhm.
person, first of all, doesn't look their age. This person is changeable by nature. This person is going through a seven personal year, which means a time to reflect. Um, sometimes I'll get these things in my head about celebrities or famous people in the news, but I ain't gonna go there. But anyway, this person is also very expressive, very well liked, things like that, and have a very strong spiritual component to them as well. So, what say you? What their cards or what their sign, whatever? They're Sagittarius, just like you.
Yeah, they are a Sagittarius. One thing that I see that stands out is that they have a very strong willpower. They have Mars in the sign of Scorpio, which is its own sign. So when they are focused on something, they mean business and they're going to pursue that thing. They're very action oriented. I wonder if this person has a strong metabolism and so they can find also there's good luck when it comes to exerting their will. So when they want to exert their will and pursue something, they find usually that things might fall into place with that.
Okay, okay. This is Eric from the future. He says, great job, Lloyd and Gina. Fantastic perspectives and insight. I like it, Eric from the future. Okay,
Yes, yes.
he's up there. Many blessings. Thank you so much for everybody too. Let's
Yeah.
just take a couple more, and because let me see. Okay,
And okay.
yeah, go right ahead,
Oh no,
please.
I was gonna say Eric from the future is my fiance. So shout out.
Oh, he's your fiance,
Yeah.
huh? Can I ask what his birthday is, please? Not the year. I don't need the year.
Oh,
Just
okay.
the day.
May 10th.
Okay. Very strong will, your fiance.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take orders well, your fiance.
Yeah. No,
Do well
not
in
at
law,
all.
medicine, or science, or some entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Number one, people as a rule,
Mhm.
and it's to the 10th power too, don't take direction. So it just indicates he is his own boss or manager or
Yeah.
supervisor or director or whatever the case is. And ones and nines, you're a nine, he's a one, and y'all are brutally honest with each other.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
so at
Yeah.
least you know where y'all stand at. Okay. So By the way, Pretty Girl says, "Congratulations, Gina."
Thank you, pretty girl.
Okay, I was like that. I like that. I like that very much. Okay. Um, let's do two more.
Okay.
J Stay, January 25th, 1990. They are two of diamonds. They're born in Baltimore.
Yeah. So this person is probably often attracting new possibilities, especially when it comes to finances. So they can always be looking for new possibilities and attracting those new possibilities as well. So, uh, Two of Diamonds is really great because each year there's new opportunities for money to gain money, to connect to money. Yeah.
Okay. And this last one is going to be they're born in San Francisco, California. I guess that's what SF represents. The
Yes.
December the 23rd, 1985. This is Love Life, born at 4:04 p.m.
Okay. PM. So and then 404, and this is San Francisco. All right, so I have this pulled up. All right, so one thing that I see with this person is this person also has Rahu with the moon. So I'm wondering if this person, uh, and was that a woman?
Uh,
I think so. I think
yeah.
let's say it's a
So,
woman.
yeah, I assume so, yes.
Uh, this person can express their femininity a lot. And so, but there's probably lots of ups and downs with their emotions. So they're very feminine. They come off feminine, but they're, yeah, they have ups and downs with their emotions. So their love life can be a little tumultuous, a little bit, because they're not really centered in their emotions all the time.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Listen, Gina, I want to thank you very, very much for this one.
Thank you.
Um, I'll have you back, and we'll extend it from there. I want to thank everybody that made sure they have been here. So this is how you can get in touch with Gina. Don't be shy. She offers a number of services. She is new to this, but she's probably going to be the astrologer and CO2 consultant of the 21st century. No
Oh,
question.
thank
We all
you.
got to start from somewhere. Okay.
Yes.
And her website is her cosmiccrown.com. Her IG or Instagram is her cosmic crown. Her Facebook is her cosmic crown. Her email is hercosmiccrown@gmail.com. Her Cash App is $ her cosmic crown, and her Venmo is Gina Moore 321. So before you sign off, first of all, congratulations to your fiance. I think he
Oh,
made a good choice.
thank
Okay.
you.
And he can be stubborn too, but we ain't gonna go there because this ain't his reading. But anyway,
Yes, very much.
you have the last word. Would you like to say anything in closing?
I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity for allowing me to come on your platform, and I really enjoyed doing this, and I would love
My
to come
pleasure.
back
My
if
pleasure.
you let
You
me.
will. You will. No, no, you will. There's no question. We got to start somewhere. So it'll be an honor and a pleasure to have you back with no strings attached other than you just, be who you are because you can't be anybody else too. All righty.
Exactly.
So I do want to thank you, and I'm going to move to my section. I got a couple of things I have to announce. But thank you very, very much, Gina. All the
Thank
best
you so
out
much.
there in California. All
Thank
righty.
you. You too.
I know it wasn't like the weather here today, but San Francisco, California has a whole different ball game in the Bay Area, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Thanks so much, Gina.
Thank you
And
so much.
everybody, please visit her website. She has a lot of things to offer in terms of sales, cards reading, astrology readings, everything like that. Take advantage of her services. They are all very extremely affordable. Okay, find out what she's about. And it's like for the first time you're kind of nervous. I bet you when she's in her element, she really get into the weeds with you guys. Okay, so
Thank
please
you.
check her out and have a blessed day, Gina. You
Thank
take
you.
care.
You too.
Right?
All right.
Everybody, I do want to thank you very much. And I definitely want to thank Gina. And don't forget her Cosmic Crown, IG, her Cosmic Crown, email at gmail.com and things of that nature. I do want to let you know that the show is brought to you by Intellectual Power. This is Reza Islam um, supplements. It's a great product, I'm telling you. Intellectualpower.net. And as I like to say, it is free of heavy metals, gluten, wheat, dairy, soy, yeast, sugar, artificial flavors, sweeteners, fillers, preservatives, added colors, and or animal byproducts such as gelatin, glycerin, uh, uh, collagen, or whatever, or collagen. And it is radiation free. That I like. Okay. Also, Yana Woodhouse is sponsoring the show. I want to thank her. This is her schedule. Her schedule is every Wednesday. So she has another one coming up on the 29th. Then her last one will be about January the 5th. I mean, June the 5th. And then we're going to have her talking about the products of money. Also, Nicholas Brooklyn at 1396 Fulton Street. They have a tremendous amount of products and services in the store. I am trying to talk. No, I've talked Monique on. I'm going to get her on the show at some point to discuss the whole history of this. Also, Manifest on Purpose with Miss Kimberly. Her show is each Monday and Wednesday morning, like mine is each Monday and Wednesday evening. Please check her out. And also, the King Simon, he is going to do a 2-day celebration to Dick Gregory on the 12th, and a salute to the ancient culture with Baba Aswan Kwesi and his wife, Miss Kwesi. All righty. I didn't want to tongue tie it. I wanted to make sure I talked to Simon to get that right. Okay. And one last thing, too, before I go. Jazz Aphrodite is, this will be the last time you can get a hold of these 2 books. After that, that's it. They will be collector's items. So this is the last call to get your soft cover items of Cards Unfolded. I mean, numbers decoded, cards unfolded, and numbers felt, cards dealt. So get your orders now, and you go to jazzaphrodite.com/. And she don't have too many left, so please take advantage of it. Also want to let you know, May's a wrap, but my newsletters are still free. And if you want to, you can listen to the podcast on YouTube, where I do the written version that you get in your emails, but this is the oral version. And when you get to the website, you will see that all you got to do is click on your respective zodiac sign, and it will provide the information. And finally, there are those of you who reached out about actually becoming interested in doing this as a certified numerologist. Had somebody said I would make my living feeding my kids, my family, and all this stuff, I'd have said, yeah, right. But I've done it, and you can do it too. So for those of you, just simply go to a star 8 LLC at Gmail. That's ASTAR, the number 8 at gmail.com. Leave your name. You will get a order form. And in fact, this is it right here, where you can go and you can get information about how you can sign up. The class will be limited because it's serious. You will be tested. And not that I want to test you, but anything worthwhile, you will be tested to see if is this what you really, really want. All right. So, in all of those of you, I think my, shall we say, my app is more than about 85% ready. I want it 95% ready, but it's much better. So if you got any questions, just go to a star 8 LLC at gmail.com. If you have any concerns with it, I'll send it to them, and the developers will get right back to you right away. So everybody, I want to thank you. Wednesday, we're going to be ending the last day in the month of this show in May with meditation, which is Brother Rebels Bay out of New Mexico and Brother Brandon Smith out of Brooklyn. And these 2 gentlemen are going to be talking about the art of meditation, which all of you should do it, considering the mental pressure that we're under. You will find it. So they're going to be my guests this Wednesday. Other than that, again, I want to thank my beautiful guest, Gina, who spent time out of California, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for me. In the meantime, all of you take care, and I'll see you on Wednesday.